Hello, this is Helen. Good to see you. How's it going? Recently, when I hang out with my friends, we occasionally stepped into a grocery store and that sold some animal-oriented design. At first, I felt it was normal animals. However, the clerk told me that those animals are either endangered or extinct. The moment I heard the word endangered, I was unable to accept it. After visiting the store, I realized something really important. What we can do to help them escape from the endangered situation. What we can do to let those cute species to inhabit longer in the world. We should know the endangered species first if we want to help them. Since there are so many endangered species, we just chose three of them to illustrate. The first one I chose is a crested ibis. That is named Nipponia, which is their scientific name. And the lifespan can reach more than 17 years, and they're distributed both in China and Japan. Especially inhabit marshes, rivers, ponds, and other cultivation, surrounded by the forested hills, which are used for roosting and nesting. In the winter, they prefer living on the riverbanks and the reservoirs. Please look at this picture. The crested ibis has brown and white body, and that those kind of feathers are covered on their body and neck. They also had a long and leaf-shaped crest on the back of its head. They also had this kind of red skin from their forehead to the cheek, and also had a long and strong stick. The crested ibis eat frogs and small fish, crabs, and river snails, as well as some beetles. As we understand a little bit more about the crested ibis, why it become endangered? In the middle of 19th century, more than 50,000 crested ibis were walking on their legs through the waterways across the East Asia, everywhere from Russia and China to the Korea and Japan. By the 1981, only 5 of them were thought to remain. The habitat loss caused the population to collapse. More and more marshes and forests were deforested into farmland. Dissections has shown that 80% of birds had found dead in the wild. They had really little food in their stomachs, and starvation, especially in winter, could be a significant cause of the mortality. So, what we can do to protect the crested ibis? First, for the government, it's important to rebuild their habitat. China took the rediscovery of crested ibis extremely seriously. The government immediately established the Hanzhong Crested Ibis National Nature Reserve to protect the bird's habitat. Second, the government should institute the strict guidelines about pesticides and development by setting up the monitoring station for every nest implementing the GPS-based systems to keep track of the individuals. Actually, it worked. From those 5 ibis, the species was reborn. Currently, the number of crested ibis in China is around 2,000, and Japan's wild population sits at about 150. Recently, there is a third kind of way to protect the crested ibis, that is the artificial breeding. In April 2022, the first artificial breeding crested ibis was born in Hanzhong Crested Ibis National Nature Reserve in Shanxi Province. And it plans to apply more and more artificial breeding over the next year. So what we can do is to get together and donate as much money as we can to support the captive breeding. Although we have been done some efforts to protect some kinds of endangered species, like the crested ibis, they're still endangered. What we can do is to support organizations and governments, for example, to apply the artificial breeding to more and more crested ibis by donating as much money as we can. I hope in the future more and more endangered species can never enlisted in the IUCN Red List of the endangered species. Let's protect those endangered animals right now. Thank you.